Honorable Minister of Interior, I am not too sure you want us to pursue this matter. I repeat, because you and I know what we know.
Now tell me why that same Afenyo-Markin is apologizing to the Interior Minister.
On this matter, as I've said before, I will repeat it for Hansa, that anything related to him or his ministry is withdrawn. And again, apologies to him.
How many times are you going to withdraw? Hey, are they on withdrawal method not also? You are over withdrawing. Where's our own work? Fagum. Kanokrano. Manokrano nedi say you don't have to withdraw. Minority leader Afenyo-Markin Opacho. Then and Pacho. Now, can you trust a leader who have countless times apologized in Parliament for wrong statement, for insulting, or for misguiding the people of Ghana? Don't you think that at times say MPP person or Susani fortunes in 2028 Oma Afenyo echo back nani for take over? Now wait, relax. But some say identity make us Afenyo-Markin I go count the Parliament of Ghana. On the day that the president was there, the entire country was watching. He said the nation address. O make argument be say the Minister of Interior, the Ministry of Krono because okawie no the next sitting papa your friend Muntaka Mohammed as onya happy with Nkomono. And you was summoned to the Privilege Committee in Parliament under the second Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Bernard Ayafo, I got say, okay, what's a candy? Papa, Obeko. Afenyo, who are some kind now what is over withdraw. Afenyo man, and also say, Obesi across our line way. We are sure. Why are ready? Okay. Now, Okasan Minya Vim say, say ni friend is about to boaboa. Nenam the 9 ejinaso. Then all of a sudden, Minya Vim say, Ebi Eba first scandal under the NDC. After the MPP benya the real issue aka, enye koko issue na maka, and make sense biono. And he also demand the cross say, yenye live coverage.
Honorable Minister of Interior, I am not too sure you want us to pursue this matter. I repeat, because you and I know what we know. Let the referral be made. Let there be a public hearing.
Now tell me why that same Afenyo-Markin is apologizing to the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mohammed.
Concerns raised by the Honorable Minister of Interior yesterday. Mr. Speaker, we've had sufficient discussion on this matter, and I would want to state categorically that contrary to the impression he had, that I specifically made allegations against him which injures his reputation, Mr. Speaker, I would not do that specifically to hurt him or his ministry. And if, Mr. Speaker, the text of my concerns reflected so, it is hereby accordingly withdrawn. And, Mr. Speaker, as colleagues, when a member feels strongly about a statement which is unintended, the right thing to do is to withdraw and apologize to him. Mr. Speaker, I proceed to do so and to assure him that concerns that would arise out of any matter shall be properly be brought to his attention. But on this matter, as I've said before, I will repeat it for Hansa, that anything related to him or his ministry is withdrawn. And again, apologies to him. Mr. Speaker, that's it. I leave matters to rest.
Yes, Honorable Minister for Interior, you've heard the minority leader. He is retracting and rendering an apology for the statement made during the State of the Nation's address, following which you have lodged a complaint requesting a matter to be referred to privileges, and same was referred to privileges. What do you say?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is painful to be wrongly accused or your action to be misconstrued and be labeled differently from the intention that you have, especially when it's connoted with criminality and heavy wrongdoing. Mr. Speaker, I've had a great privilege of serving in leadership in this House, probably with a greater respect and with all humility to my colleagues. For those of us sitting in the chamber now, I have served in leadership longer than anybody, and I'll be the last to thwart efforts of leadership in trying to help run this House, except to say that, colleagues, remember most of the times I keep saying, please, let's respect each other. I will be the first to always say that fight for the right thing to be done. Make sure that wrong things are not done. But let's not do it as though we intend to destroy each other. I am heavily hurt and heavily worried. But who am I to say that if a colleague acts using the same spot or the same microphone in the same chamber, now comes back to say he has withdrawn and is apologizing? Who am I to say that I'm going to play God and I will not accept it? I accept it wholeheartedly, and I pray that this guides all of us, myself, the hardworking service commanders that I have, the hardworking staff at the ministry, for us to continue to do the right thing, and to also assure the minority leader and the minority and the whole House that if there are anything that they think needs our attention, we'll be more than happy to look at them and address them. But I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, because even if we go to privileges and a member that you are referring to privileges goes there to say that I'm sorry for what I have said, it ends the matter. So if leadership in your wisdom and in the wisdom of the minority leader apologizes and withdraws, who am I to say I will not accept? My only plea, Mr. Speaker, is that if it is possible to expound that from our records, that will be most useful, so that we expound it from our records so that it's like it never existed. And if the debate or the comments made yesterday in any way was also hardship and the House decided that both or all that should be expanded, I think that may do all of us a lot of good. I thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Honourable members, following the retraction and apology by the minority leader of those statements made during the State of the Nation address, and also following the acceptance by the Minister of Interior, I would order that the referrer to the Privileges and Immunities Committee for examination, inquiry, and reports is accordingly withdrawn. I will further direct that those words complained about said by the minority leader and complained about by the minority leader is accordingly ordered to be expunged from the record as if it does not exist.
Now, I have two theories. One is the fact on the surface of the matter. Because if Afenyo-Markin is apologizing and telling us, Ghanaians or misguided, yeah, Ochantro, I mean, putting in the proper context. Ochantro, X-ray minu. Okay, no hala. I get it. I understand. Perfectly understand. Because Afenyo-Markin in Parliament, the number of times we Ochantro, yet mean kind. And I'm not even making case of about the time of God say the minority seat, you know. Jujubi John Pro, and then a minority leader or not. Menka the time you can't see Parliament. Cote d'Ivoire for Coco boy in Ghana for Coco a price at the moment. You're proving wrong. I feel say unfounded now supporting Ghanaians. Menka police here or Kobu no such letter say President Bona and net according to the police department almost say or no and a police in and several other lies Afenyo-Markin etc. Now this one you allege that the party that you have been waiting to have one scandal against because they are bragging that they have gone a year and 2 months without scandal. Opportunity has come to prove that they have cobwebs in their in their wardrobes. Afenyo say what case no onyan twaso wa form opacho Muntaka Mohammed-Mubarak. The interior minister any ministry for no so channel and Muntaka si waso wajetum akopa ne kwafo and rokafo. And they say, what can the cry? Honestly, any wine. Or they are child. Go and sin no more. So, Afenyo is now apologizing. Afenyo have now admitted he was wrong. Afenyo is now telling Ghanaian he lied. That there's a scandal. Awo, sir, Minister of Interior, almost software now, almost operating at recruitment. No. So, Afenyo, why? Why lie to us? Or there can be another thing. Say at the back of the bench, with your friends. Afenyo will need to step down so that his case, ECG, on supervising some worst moment of our time when it comes to any sector. ABR, this is the real, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. I don't know which one to choose, but at least the first one, I know he have admitted he lied. So he's a liar. How do I call him Honorable Afenyo-Markin now? Now that he admitted he's lying, how then do I call someone who is a liar an honorable? You see my problem with these politicians? Say, a gimmick be na ya play say theater art be na mu yo. Say, you think all Ghanaians are full stupid, dumb, that we don't have common sense. And Timukasa, we cannot substantiate and know the wrong and the right. Grow too much. Why do you have to lie on such an issue? Do you think it's coincidence that Ghanaians are praising NDC and John Mahama, including a party member, lawyer and the Apia Kubi? A member of parliament or the minority side saying that he's happy the way John Dramani Mahama have been able to manage the appointees when the code of conduct with asset declaration with strict and warning publicly say, well, because the first scandal, I'll deal with you. For what he have done, he's happy. And he praising John Mahama for that. It's something that does not happen in this country. A president takes over in 3 months and it's already scandal. And for the first time, it's alien to us. Yehuda. We are enjoying that. But if there's one who is doing some, maybe there must be others. And I keep on telling you, say, enye NDC ani yedo, enye Mahama ni yedo, enye Mahama Dumano ani yedo. Kai say the aim is not to be righteous. The aim is always to get it right. We are not here to celebrate a personality. If that personality is not doing anything that we can celebrate, not the party, not the person, it's the work for God and country. So if someone is still in the NDC, we want to know. We want to say it. We want to shame the person. And we want to mount pressure so that that person will be arrested, prosecuted, and jailed. And our money recovered. Now, when your opportunity, give us that. We say, I was lying. As someone with a title called honorable, what is honorable about this nonsense? What is honorable about this nonsense? Why? You lie. Unless it's the second opinion I'm making. But behind the scene, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. And I end it. If it is that, we won't say God will judge you. Because we have been saying for far too long, it's not working. We wait for one day for it to escalate. And we'll get you people. Yebenyamo. Enya nunkwa need apology. Papa no ope. And then second apology. Two. The second friend saying Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Bernard Ahiafo, or started making the case. Say Kofi Adams had the issues about Parliament. But they be NDC for hiding behind a friend saying at the end of agency. Now, for whatever reason, they don't give them the time to peruse it, which was making sense. I don't know why we are all supposed to sit in Parliament and debate or discuss or make an input in something that all the time you are rushing with it. How will I read? How will I know? How will I bring your attention to some details that was not added, some details that was added that would destroy everything if you go on with it? Because at the end of the day, the aim of democracy is to have divergent views and make something right, not just to argue and argue in vain. Now, also I just have opportunity now, and can answer. But he started abusing his words, and he started abusing the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Bernard Ahiafo. And the Papa say, who be abusing me? Where's now you know? And now boy because young one here diatimo udi matem sign. Afenyo-Markin and if the words I said you were not okay with it, then I withdraw. How many times are you going to withdraw? Hey, are they umbesu benyimo bano? Withdrawal method not doso. You are over withdrawing. Where's our own? Fagum. Kano kurano. Man, you say you don't have to withdraw. And this is the leader that you people have been telling us. He's the reason why even the few members of parliament that belongs to the MPP side are still disturbing the NDC. Where they are disturbing now? To say words and apologize, say it, apologize. Why? Why? This man, Afenyo-Markin, insulted the parliament clerk, later on came and apologized, insulted the cameraman of parliament, and the Muntaka apologizing, insulted the deputy health minister, Grace Ayensu, later on came and apologized at the vetting site. Now lying and apologizing. How long shall the MPP sit and watch Afenyo-Markin lie and apologize and make MPP unpopular and not make a decision? How long shall Parliament sit and watch Afenyo-Markin continue with this and call a friend is ECOWAS Parliament, no call, near referred to Privilege Committee, and call asema okay, so no evidence, no fact, and he says it. And he's a lawyer and a sub-chief for that matter, and the minority leader of MPP, the biggest opposition party in Ghana here. In fact, the party that just left power in a year and 2 months ago. The party that spent 8 years in governance. And at some point, a majority leader. This is the man lying and retracting, lying and retracting. So once again, another scandal that we were waiting for, after Coco scandal, another scandal also failed. This time around, Afenyo-Markin, instead of saying, Kotojegu form, was saying, my oh my, I made you cry. For me, bonnet, tell me why. Wapacho, Edama, the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mohammed. Wow, Afenyo. Nah, this is disgrace. Ada in Afenyo, Ogu MPP, anyone one, any master. Why is he lying? And why is he apologizing? Tell me. At this point, Afenyo hear more. I'm into the comment section. I say, subscribe, like it, na share, ma unya enyebi ewe. Na kai say edino back up Maxi, Billian. We say we no. Oldboga trends. Another man down for the bye bye.